Good morning, guys. I'm here in the garden at the school, and we are about to do a few chores this morning, early this morning. Before we get into it, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe, you share this video. Also, don't forget to click the notification bell to be notified when we drop new videos. And also, don't forget to follow us on social media. TikTok is Project Grape, and Instagram and Facebook is EBLLCINC. Now let's get started. So this morning we're going to be planting some peas and beans. These are the Burpees stringless green pod garden beans, and then these are the Progress number 9 peas. We're going to be planting more beans right here and along here. We just want to use up all the garden space as possible. And then I think for the peas, we may just put them over here, I think. This is the vertical trellis. We have tomatoes over here that are not doing well, like that one there. And so we did put down some ant removal stuff. This one still has tomatoes on it and it still has green at the top. So we may just leave that there, but over here plant some peas. I don't know, because I don't want to plant them in just like sporadically, just a few. But we do need to get some peas started. So we may just put them here. And it's so sad, you guys see that little pepper there? It's so sad that the peppers took forever to grow on this side of the garden. They're very behind, so that's a bummer as well. All right, let's get started. All right, guys, we're in the greenhouse and we have already potted up some of our bok choy and Swiss chard that you see in red. These are the Swiss chard. You see how lovely they look? They're getting so much bigger. We're so happy that they are. But we do need to pot these up because they're getting a little spindly and a little too big for their area. So we're gonna go ahead and pot these up right now. Gonna move this tray down. Put our bucket here of soil. And our soil is already kind of wet. So you see how it looks like it already has moisture in it? because it does. That's what you want. You don't want your soil to be, sorry for the shaking, but you don't want your soil to be too damp when you're starting off your seeds, because they could mold or mildew in their container. So we have some small pots here. We're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna bring this tray over here so we can use it. So let's just move these pots out of the way. All right, so we like to, if you watch our previous video, I'll tag it at the top. You'll know that we like to bottom water, which means that the plants get the water from the bottom of their trays, which helps them soak up that water instead of you having to water over top, damaging the new growth. So we like to bottom water. Some of the seedlings that are like this, I may not plant because I feel like they're just too small. I'm gonna more so focus on the larger ones. So you see how this one is larger and it looks healthier? I'm gonna focus on seedlings like this to pot up. We are done. This is tray 1. We have a bunch of Swiss chard. We had at least, I think there are 50 Swiss chard plants. So this is one tray of them. The second tray, this is all dinosaur kale, the Lucinda dinosaur kale right there. Over here we have the pak choi and Swiss chard. We're gonna pot these kales up later, probably tomorrow morning, but later. We have some more kale that we potted up, and then we have more pak choi. Okay, so all of the produce that you can see here that are seedlings that are growing, excuse me, they're going to continue to grow. The reason that we potted them up is because we have them in the greenhouse and they are more so of a cooler crop. All the produce that we're growing, the pak choi, lettuce, kale, what else we have? Cauliflower, cabbage, all of these things are more so cool crops. So since we're getting them ready for fall and it's still warm in the greenhouse, we don't want them to get leggy, which means that they'll get too tall and then they'll be closer to flowering and they won't actually develop what we want to harvest, which is the leaves. And so we want to give them enough space to grow and not fight for resources and water, and just let them, chill out and grow steadily. And then once we get back in the garden with the students in another week, then to that point, they should be ready to go outside in the garden, or at least outside to get used to the temperatures and then bring in the outside air and then be brought back into the greenhouse. I do believe that we'll officially put them out after putting them out for an hour and then back inside, hour back inside. I believe we'll put them out officially in the garden probably by the first week of September. That way they'll have enough time to get used to the outside air and temperatures and all that and grow even more. We're also going to buy at least 10 bags of cow manure from Lowe's or our local local nursery, and add that to all of the rows and raised beds, so that will add more nutrition throughout the rest of the fall season, so that we don't got to worry about it. We've already, I don't have it with me, but we use the 10-10-10. It's a bottle. I'll put a picture here. It's a bottle of fertilizer, a liquid fertilizer that you can use for your seedlings. We already use that. You only want to use that once your seedlings produce their true leaves. Anytime you have a plant that grows, it grows these leaves first, right, on the side, and then the leaves that come out of the middle are considered the true leaves. So all these big leaves that you see here, all the big nice ones, those are what are called the true leaves. That means that is what the plant will look like, true leaves, okay? We pruned the tomatoes on that side. I'm not gonna go over that because it's a lot of bees over there and I don't want to bother them, but we pruned the tomatoes over there. We watered all of the plants. We're gonna come back tomorrow morning and do a good harvest because it's a lot of tomatoes and cucumbers and green beans that are ready to be harvested. So we're gonna harvest that. We're also gonna harvest some flower heads. Make sure you check us out on TikTok, Project Great, because we did a quick video on how you can harvest the dead heads on your flowers, and to dry them out and save them for the next season. So we're gonna do that tomorrow morning as well. And we're just getting everything prepared and cleaned up and ready for the students. Like I said, we'll see them in another week and get back into the garden, teaching them how to garden, create a sustainable life. If you are in the Atlanta, Georgia area, or you are a local gardener and local to your area and you want to learn how to garden or create a program for youth, underserved youth in your community, let us know. We would love to help you in that regard. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at EBLLCINC, Facebook as well, EBLLCINC. TikTok again is Project Great, and we will see you guys later in the garden. Bye.